The planet is cladding a environment disaster and business community about the planet must address it promptly, or person the final penalty for a social business, shareholders who reject to behind them any more than. How is not a communication of an ecological activity team but of the greatest cash officer in the UK, Legislative and General Invest Control, that manages £1 billion cost of UK retirement foundation investment. Its environment precautionary was the top of a listing of concerns on the way companies are work. Some red lights turned on the standard of execution pay-in, absence of variety in elder enterprise roles, the part or price of policy advocacy and the impoverished quality assurance of the finance data stipulated by auditors. Legislative and General urge how it is not fair dignity signal. The business elect versus the de-election of almost 4,000 directors in 2018, and growth of 37%. How turned on votes versus above 100 executive board chairs on the base of sort variety 1. Legislative and Gen's CEO of Enterprise Management, Satya Sadan, told it was receive stricter in business boards and managements. 2018 was a recording year for us as we extended to attract in companies on a wide band of issues, with our vote force to impact changing on name of our clients. The enlarged figures represent the high standards we wait companies to stick to. A latter paper of a board of MPs was skeptical on property link, appetite suppressant and capacity to lift the quality assurance of business control. The Industry Choose Board armchair told Recent Monthly, we do not include trust in institution investors and implement their leadership functions. We cannot trust on shareholders to affect blood pressure. Legislative and General recognize they too include done mistakes. The really top way for investors to affect blood pressure is to sell their shares, or not be shareholders of guilty companies in the at first location. Lot of foundation link claim they are hard to reformation of during time joyfully receiving buffer dividend payment payouts of companies in several of the largest contentious sectors, such as oil and snuff. Legislative and General urge they are produced to do how and recent year given a listing of companies whose shares they solved to dumping. The listing of 8 turned on Ruski oil business Rosneft, the China building banking and Subaru. Legislative and General say how all 8 of those on the dark listing include been in concern to try and get by themselves off it. Testimony favorable, say LNG, how their mark of stockholder betrothal, or liberation, very plant. Lot in the UK might discover how reason more than compelling if the listing of not go investment turned on companies nearer to household how would very sense the common cold arm of the UK's largest cash officer. Property Link are efficaciously the masters of the world while it comes to expressive companies how to act as they include to voice on their investor's name. But they include strong customers of their own to reply to. Growing numbers of retirement foundation trustees are searching assurances how their employees' resignation contributions are not conclusion their way in confusing or inadequate investment. The Chapel of England was not excited to discover out its retirement schema was nested in the now deceased top price letter of credit business Wonga. But which these examples show is how the savers and countrymen, on whose name the cash is controlled, are proper more than aware, and more than readily to subject, on how is made.